I mean, even if they were blind and deaf, just trying to get to where they are is hard enough, and then trying to get to where they are without them knowing it. It would take you hours to do what they do in minutes.
Got here pretty late today, so really my main game is just see some Ibex. Well, let's see if we can find some.
Some younger billies in there, but stuff I'd shoot, so we'll see. And then I'm gonna try and make a move unless it looks like somebody already is. I got up in the area where those Ibex were, and there's a whole bunch of people in here. I want to get to that ridge right there and look off across that next draw. It's so hard to show how steep this is and how rugged this country is. With a camera, it just doesn't do it justice, or I don't know how or something. And I am gassed. And I still have a climb to do. Came up the drainage on the other side of that ridge, and I realize you can't tell, but it's steep. The last place I saw these guys was on the face across the canyon from me. They had come down off that rock face, and they were getting lower. But that was 2 hours ago. I just don't know where they are, so. I do believe there's a storm coming.
I ended up going the opposite direction around those Ibex and took a nasty climb up in there, only to find out that somebody had spooked them out of there. So 100 tags for this unit, 100 tags plus whoever people brought with them to spot and stuff, you know, guides, friends, all that stuff. So it is what it is. All right, it's the morning of October 3rd. Get some breakfast, get going. I spotted those Ibex again from yesterday, and slight concern is they're so scattered out across there that how do you pinpoint a location? And they're moving around. They went up, now they're going down. I don't know. There's a ridge line to their south that I can probably go all the way to the ridge top, and then it's just a matter of whether or not I can see them again to sneak in on them, and a matter of whether or not somebody else busts them out before I get there. But I think I'm just gonna go south and all the way to the top, and then just kind of ease my way down one of the cuts that I think they might be in. Problem is they're moving a lot, but that's what they do, so I don't know how do you combat that, but I'm gonna probably just make a go at it and see what happens. What else am I gonna do? It does no good to see them if you don't go after them. I mean, I like seeing them. I was actually enjoying just watching them. 9:18 in the morning. I've already talked to a few guys, and the general consensus is, you go ahead, I ain't going up there. So I'm not sure why they're Ibex hunting, but since that's where Ibex live. I'm pretty amazed at how rugged this country is. I found them. Well, I had the right idea this morning, but I just never saw them. I didn't know they were there. And I'm pretty sure I kind of blew them out. I mean, they know I'm not chasing them because I just sat here, but they acted like they had seen me or heard me or something. And that's why they scurried up the mountain, unless it was somebody else they heard. And then I was caught out here in the sun, so I just sat down and watched them go up over a cliff. I mean, just absolutely amazing creatures. When I rifle hunted them before, I was super amazed, just how agile they are. And now bow hunting them amazes you even more, because you start to realize just how hard it is to get close enough for a shot. I mean, even if they were blind and deaf, just trying to get to where they are is hard enough, and then trying to get to where they are without them knowing it, or even without them just kind of being like, it's time to go, for no reason. I mean, it's just incredible, because for them, they just scurried up the cliff, or across the cliff, or down the cliff. It would take you hours to do what they do in minutes. I got to about 250 yards. That's Ibex hunting, that's bow hunting, that's hunting. And this is pretty much just rock climbing and hiking. Crazy country. If you're not in shape, don't do this. In fact, get in shape so you can do this. And if you're afraid of heights, probably not the right hunt for you. I have a pretty healthy respect to heights, and at times I get a little wobbly and I just have to stop and take a breath. Starting my way down, back the way I came up, at least this chute. That's the camera level right there. It's so hard to show the steepness, but anyway, downward. This is the dumbest hunt I've ever been on. That's the chute I came down. Well, I went up at first and then I came down. How you gonna get down from there? Easy. I'm gonna fall down. Alright, I got back on those goats from a few days ago. Gosh, a week ago, really. I had left them alone because of how many people were in there. Found them tonight. I'm pretty sure I know where they're going to cave up. I can't see the cave, but I think I know where, because this evening they went into the same cut that I saw Billy go in late morning the other day. At least I think it was late morning. He disappeared in there. I never saw him come out, and this evening the whole group went in there and I never saw him come out, and that was just before dark, so I'm hoping that means they hang out there at night. Nice Billy there. Not a giant, but golly, man, with a bow, I'll kill any Billy. Gonna cook some steak. I brought some steak. And I'm gonna have a good night. And we're gonna fire off in the morning. Jake should be here, so at about first light, we'll get back with you. So, we've got one big Billy went behind a rock. There's another decent Billy out on a rock face that's keeping us from right where we wanted to go. So, we're debating on what to do. So, after some conversation, we're gonna go ahead and try and move up into where they're at and see what happens. He's the only thing we need to beat at the moment. But I'm wondering if
if he doesn't wait till somebody else is out on a rock ledge before he moves. Survival. I mean, this is what they do. Between us and the lions, they gotta keep a lookout. Decided to stop because there's somebody already spooked those out of there, and then we figured out there's 2 people in front of us, not just one. So it looks like both parties that are up in here were already ahead of us in the spot, and then obviously they spooked the ones out of that drainage, and then one of them went to the right and one of them went to the left. So rather than just being a part of the circus, we decided to sit back and watch the circus. I think we're gonna follow through with our original plan and just try to be in the right spot for this afternoon and evening. I'm right where these goats have been lately. It's all beat up right here. And this is pretty much where I saw him last night, yesterday afternoon. So, where the big Billy went was up above me here. I'm kind of wanting to get up there, and then sit up there.
Alright, it's dark, breezy out here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give you the recap. We had those goats this morning. Looked like those other guys spooked them out of there. I think since we didn't see them this evening, we'll probably just glass from camp, try to pick some up, and if we don't, we won't commit back into that same area. We'll go looking around. So see y'all in the morning.